Great Scott. Great Scott. Great Scott.
Hello everyone and welcome to another fabulous episode of Great Scott. I'm Scotty V. Thanks for watching. Danny Elfman, who is the composer for Justice League, let slip a little strange, little interesting fact this past week that he will be using the John Williams iconic Superman theme in the Justice League movie. Now, what should be pretty exciting, fantastic news, and most people seem to be jumping up and down over this, has me a little concerned. As I have said for many, many months, I personally am not looking for a Superman who is unsure what side he's on, fights the Justice League, is mind-controlled by Steppenwolf and/or far from Darkseid. I'm not looking for ambiguousness when Superman returns. I'm not looking for another enemy. I'm not looking for the world to be questioning again, see what can happen with a super person like this. I'm not looking for Batman to have to learn to collect kryptonite in his belt and in case there's a Tower of Babylon and he ever has to, fight all of the members of the Justice League and, of course, win, because that's what Batman does. We've already had enough question by humanity in the DC Extended Universe on film. We've already had people hating on Superman. We've already had people not trusting Superman. We've already had people questioning Superman, and all that makes sense. I know in the real world, if a being like that came, the army would be afraid. The humanity would be afraid. Some people would be worried that he was, an advanced guard, as sometimes Luthor is used in animated series and such, that he is the one that's coming to prepare us for the invasion. Some people would be concerned that if he got mad one day, he could destroy all of us. But it's one of the most well-known movie themes of all time. Like with James Bond, even though there's been 30 films, almost every time we know we're going to hear, so you expect that. And they tried it with Superman Returns. It's not all about the music, but certainly fans may respond better when they hear that music. And people from very young age to very old age, even if they haven't seen the movie, somehow know that the John Williams theme for Superman is the Superman theme. And it's great. I also like the Hans Zimmer theme. A lot of people are talking, well, when he combines the Hans Zimmer theme with the Danny Elfman additions and then with the John Williams theme, it's going to be some iconic piece of music that's going to be great. I hope it is. But in his words, this is going to be a time when in the movie, he's going to use it in a dark way. He's going to use it in a way where we're not sure. He's going to twist it. He's going to turn it into something it isn't. He said it's going to be at a dark time in the film where we're not sure what side he's on. Which I don't think has been made clear in any other piece of, Superman's not in any of the trailers. There hasn't been any talk about his role in the film other than it's very short, momentary. Toward the end of the third act, he shows up, but then it's going to be very big. Jeff Johns has said it's going to be impressive. Superman fans are going to love it. It's going to be great. And now Elfman is saying that he's going to twist the iconic Superman theme at a time when we're unsure who Superman is fighting for, which seems to indicate that the people that for some reason are jumping up and down that Superman's going to be evil in this and is going to be controlled by Darkseid or by Steppenwolf is actually going to happen. And then Danny Elfman is kind of giving that away by saying we're unsure, unless we're just unsure because he's unsure. He's confused. He's just come back from the dead, although that happened at the end of Batman v Superman from the rising rocks and soil on the... Something was going on there. And I also don't want to see Darkseid, Steppenwolf, the reason why he comes back from the dead. A lot of people are saying, well, they're going to bring him back. I don't need him beholden to evil for his life. It's got to be a Kryptonian thing. It's got to be a thing where his body shut down so that he could heal, that type of a thing. And we've seen that, and people say, well, Superman doesn't have the ability to come back from the dead. He doesn't have a healing factor like Wolverine. Well, he kind of does. We've seen it in the comics before. And what happened when he died with Doomsday? His body was in sort of a stasis. In the grave before he was even buried. It did seem like he was coming back to life at that point. Could be because the evil forces were using whatever powers they have. I hope that that's not the case. I hope he's not mind-controlled. I hope he's not evil. I think we've seen enough of that. I think we need a definitive Superman. We need a guy who comes back, makes an impact, saves the Justice League. I don't know that we're going to get that. That might be going too far, but that's what I want. A dire situation where it's over. if Superman doesn't come back, and when he does come back, bam, huge difference made. Clear what side he's on. People are behind him. Justice League is behind him. He's an inspiration. They're kind of stretching the idea that Superman is Batman's inspiration for deciding that this version of the Justice League needs to be started, because why would he be inspired by a guy who 5 minutes ago he was trying to kill? They want to do it because they haven't done it, and they're just kind of saying that's what it is. I'm okay to overlook that, but not, again, have him come back and want to fight the Justice League and kill humanity or whatever it is that a mind control would have him do. And I'm not really sure why other fans would want this for Superman. Thanks everybody for watching, and remember